Welcome to I Be Ballin with your host, Ashley, Young Ash, Little Ashley. And we're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs and make predictions and all of that. But first, I want to welcome my guest, Vacay. Hey, tell them about yourself.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy Vacay here. I'm a rapper in Milwaukee. Been here 30 years. Go Bucks! You see the hat, you see the shirt. I'm here to give my predictions. Big fan of basketball. Been playing sports all my life. Been rapping for about 11 years now. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm ready when you are.
Oh, yeah. We just finished watching the play-in tournament. Now we officially set on the matchups. But first, I want to talk about the Eastern Conference. We're going to talk about who the matchups, who's going to win, lose, who's going to get all the way to the finals. And the first team I want to start with is the Miami Heat because they're the first seed, and we just found out who they're going to face. They're going to face the Atlanta Hawks because Atlanta just beat the Cavs. So, Miami Heat versus the Hawks. What's your prediction on that, vacay?
Tough first round matchup. That's gonna have my eyes glued to the TV screen. Uh, I like Miami. They're a tough, resilient team. They always have been. They'll give any team trouble in the playoffs. But
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with the Hawks.
Oh, an upset. Okay.
Uh Trey Young, he just on a different level. I feel like he'll be the best player in that series. Shout out Jimmy Butler, second best player in that series, but I really
Hmm.
think Trey Young will be the best player in that series. He the boy really been doing this since high school. He's on another level. 30-10. I think
Yes.
he's showing that he could have came out of high school and did this, had the same amount of success. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Atlanta on that one.
Man, that's tough. I wasn't expecting that, vacay, but that's a great prediction, a great bold prediction. You know, I gotta go with the Heat. Only because I feel like also what just happened tonight, Clint Capella hurt his knee, so I don't even know if, and then I don't know the status of John Collins and his injury, but I do like the Hawks because they have other options. They have Bogdanovich. They have Herder. I like their team. They have Hunter, but I gotta give some respect to the Heat. They have a lot of vets. Kyle Lowry, he's a champ. Butler, he can do it on both ends of the floor. I feel like they're gonna figure out a way to, like Trey Young, he's still gonna get his points and assists. He's actually the second person to lead in assists and in points. But I just feel like Miami Heat and their culture, their toughness, is going to figure out a way to win. But I feel like it's going to go down to 7 games. I really do. And Bam Adebayo, who is a great defensive player, I think is going to have a great series. Man, that's tough. And Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, he's a bucket. Man, that's going to be a tough. I could see it going either way, like you said, vacay. The Hawks, man, that was a bold prediction.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it can be a fluke. I like to believe that they didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals last year on some fluky stuff. I know they creeped down to the number 9 seed this year, but
right,
I
right.
think I think this year they're gonna come back for redemption because what they were the 4 seed last year.
Yeah, man. And they surprised a lot of people last year, so I think they could surprise a lot of people this year, too.
I tried to tell people, they didn't want to hear it. Like, okay, they're gonna beat the Knicks. I had a feeling they were gonna beat the Sixers, so I was like, I was the only one believing that. It was like they're not gonna win it. I'm like, okay, no, their Bucks are gonna sweep the Hawks. No, they're not. Their Bucks are gonna win, but they're not gonna sweep the Hawks. No, they aren't.
No. Man, Trey Young, he's definitely like sometimes you don't even know if he's gonna shoot a floater or lob it off to a big. Like it's pretty tricky.
Yeah, the boy, he tough to guard. He's tough to guard.
What I don't understand is like in today's playing game, the Cavs gave Trey Young what he wanted. Why didn't they take the ball out of his hands more? I think they should have did that more. They did it once, but I don't know, man.
No,
But
that's actually a good thing you pointed out because with them, they don't get me wrong, their team is decent, but if you take the ball out of Trey Young hands, I don't really feel like nobody else can beat you like that. Bogdanovich is good, but other than Trey Young, I don't really see nobody beating you like that.
yeah, I think the Hawks definitely gonna give a run for their money. Cause like you said, the boy Code, he can kill you. You know, deep down. In the mid range, and he can get to the bucket and dish it off. He's
Hmm.
tough. Now, our next matchup is we're talking about the Boston Celtics, then the second seed versus the Brooklyn Nets. This is going to be a series, man. What's your opinion about it, man? A lot of scores in this series.
Uh, barring injury on the net side, not the Celtic side, I ain't worried about them, but barring injury on the net side, the Nets in five.
Dang, it's like that. Oh, you only giving the Celtics one game?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
at,
Man.
at the most, it'll be six, but I really see them only winning the game.
So you don't believe in the Celtics because the first half they struggled, but the second half they got the best defense. You don't believe in them?
I believe in KD and Kyrie way more than I believe in their defense to stop them.
That's true. That's true. You can't really stop KD or Kyrie. You know, they can score on all three levels. I think Kyrie went like 12 for 12 or 9 for 9 in the playing game. You can only hope that one of them has an off night. Pretty much.
Uh-uh. It's crazy because all of that talk about Kyrie missing them games, I think that really helped him. This is like he usually injured around this time. Like when he
That's
play a
true.
full season, he's always injured. But I think he's gonna be healthy. He's locked in. He's top tier. He's back to the Kyrie that I know him to be.
And also, he was playing on an empty stomach because I think he was practicing his religion fasting.
Yeah,
So,
Ramadan.
and he still balled out. So that's amazing. And he's probably like one of the most skilled players in the game. His uncle or is like Rod Strickland, and I think they was working
His
on Hamlets together when they was younger.
Yeah, his that's his godfather.
Oh, Godfather, okay. But Jason Tatum, I feel like he's gonna break out into stardom. Uh, he's gonna get at least 50, at least one game.
I'm not mad at that. I feel like this would be the time if Jason Tatum is going to be the star. This would be to show his superstar power. This would be the series to do that. If he does take that leap, that ascension will be great. Like I think the Celtics would be great for a long time if he does take that leap.
It's too bad that Robert Williams is hurt because I think they still have a chance to beat the Nets, but I think it would be better, you know, if Robert Williams was there because their defense isn't as good without Robert, you know, protecting the paint. But, their other bigs, Daniel, Tice, and Al Horford, they're going to do their thing. But I also like Grant Williams, but I feel like no side is going to stop each other. I feel like maybe whoever scores, obviously, more, because I feel like the Nets don't have anyone to stop, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But
Yeah,
I also feel like the Celtics not gonna stop Kyrie and their shooters. They got Seth Curry, and they got a lot of guards. Dragic can't stop KD.
yeah. That's the bad part about the Nets. Their defense is really not top tier at all.
Yeah, it sucks. They like have the sixth worst defense in transition, and I
Mm.
think that's gonna help my Bucks if they meet again.
So,
Let's.
who do you have in that series? The Nets or the Celtics?
Oh, I have the Nets, but I
Oh,
have it in a very close series, six. I believe that the Celtics turned the corner. I think they're going to give it their all. And I don't think they're scared of the Nets either.
sounds about right.
Yeah. So, next up, I'm going to put my rings on for this one. Bucks, third seed, facing the Chicago Bulls. Who do you got? I gotta ask, but I think I know who you gonna pick.
Uh, I, re- I Zach Levine is one of my favorite players. DeMar DeRozan, I like him as a player, but I'm gonna show respect to their game. I got the Bucks in five.
Okay, okay, not a sweep. I want the Bucks to sweep them
Mm,
because you know I just want to see the Chicago Bull fans cry. But I do like Zach Levine. I do like DeMar DeRozan. I actually like their whole team, actually.
yeah,
Well, Lonzo Ball is hurt, but um, I think we're gonna continue our championship. I think we're gonna get to all the way to the finals. I just think now that we have Brooke Lopez back and healthy, he's gonna help offensively and defensively and rebounds. I feel like the Bulls, they don't have enough depth, but I feel like if it's a close game, DeMar DeRozan in the fourth quarter, it could go either way. He had like two back-to-back game winners this season, and I was like, dang. So you don't want it to be a close game with the Bulls. My my point is, don't play with your food, Bucks. Get it over with as fast as possible.
yeah, for sure.
The next one is Philly, 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 Philly versus the Raptors. I feel like this might be the most closest series in the first round. Who you got?
I agree because I'm not sure. Technically, James Harden and Embiid are the best players in that series. They're supposed to win, but I'm not too sure. The Raptors are scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the best players. I'm gonna actually say that goes 7-4-3 Philadelphia.
Yeah, I feel like it can go either way too because I feel like Philly does lack some depth. I can only name you maybe one bench player that I feel like is actually going to make a difference. Their shooting is a little worse because they lost Curry. But I feel like James Harden and Joel Embiid, you're supposed to win the series because you're the superstars. I feel like Joel Embiid is going to, be his MVP dominant self. But James Harden in the playoffs has been a little rocky. So I think it does go 7 because Nick Nurse and the Raptors, they know the great strategies to, get you uncomfortable. Scotty Barnes, I didn't really know much about him, but he's a terrific rookie. I think he's going to have a great career. They got Thaddeus Young, a lot of length, and Nick Nurse, I feel like he's going to do a lot of defenses to get them uncomfortable. But I got the 76ers only because they have superstars. I feel like if, let's say, the Raptors had a Kawhi Leonard, they would be talked about much more. They have Siakam, who, has been balling lately, but they don't have that number one, that A1. They got maybe a 1B, 1C, but, you know, I like Van Vliet, but I'm going to go with the superstars in 7.
Yeah.
Next, let's go to, you know, let's just stay in the East right now. Let's stay in the East.
Okay.
So, obviously, we did pick different people. You picked the Hawks, I picked the, Miami Heat. You know, we both picked the Nets. We both picked the Bucks. We both picked, the 76ers. So, who do you have in the second round? You know, I think I'm gonna just say, since we didn't agree on the Heat and the Hawks, let's just say that the Heat advance. Let's just say that. Or we can talk about both the Hawks and the Heat advancing. So if the Heat advanced, they would play, let me see. Oh, snaps. The one would face,
The 4 or the 5.
oh, the 4 or the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we picked the 76ers. So, ooh, a Hawks versus 76ers matchup. A rematch. That would be a rematch. Oh man. I have no idea who will win that series. What about you?
The Hawks.
Dang, it's like that. You don't believe in James Harden and Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid's been dominant.
That's how much I like Trey Young better than the other two.
Oh, dang.
It's
But, Philly been good. They got 11th, offense, 12th defense. Dang, man.
see, don't get me wrong. I'm usually very objective, but Trey Young is starting to get like the Kyrie Irving effect with me. Like when it comes to them type players, I'm very subjective when it comes to them.
Man. You know what? The Hawks are good because I feel like their bench is good, and that's what Philly lacks actually. A good bench. Like, you even have Hunter. I just feel like their bench is better. But I want them to be healthy. If the Hawks are healthy, I think they beat 76ers again. But I don't know the status of Collins. I don't know the status. They're not a good road team, but I do feel like they didn't make the Eastern Conference. You know, it's not a fluke like you said, man. If John Collins and Capella is back, protecting the rim, getting lobs, if there's no way that Philly can stop that. I don't believe in Philly because Dybul, he's a great defensive player, but he can't shoot. And they lost a lot of shooting. They got, George Niang. He's good at shooting. I do like Tyrese Maxey. He definitely had a breakout season. I just don't believe in their shooting or their depth. So I'm going to go with you with the Hawks, too. Who we got next? Oh, we got the Bucks because we agreed on that. No. Oh man, we agreed on the Boston Celtics versus the Nets. We picked the Nets.
So the Nets and the Bucks again.
Oh my goodness. I'm going with the champs. We listen, we gonna repeat. We're gonna go back to back, just like Giannis went back to back MVPs. Listen, everyone's talking about, oh, if KD's foot wasn't on the line, it's not our fault that he has big feet. And everyone's talking about everyone's talking about, oh, Kyrie was injured, and I understand that's a big part, and everyone's like, oh, the Nets was injured, but Katie still took them to 7 games, and okay, we don't have PJ Tucker, which I'm kind of down about that we don't have PJ Tucker, but I still feel like defense wins championships, and I don't feel like obviously they can shoot their way to the finals, but I just don't feel like defensively and rebounds they're not really good at rebounding either. I just feel like we can take them to 7 again and beat them, and I really want to do that. And I know you like Kyrie, but I don't really like what Kyrie be saying sometimes about the Bucks. He's sometimes saying, "Oh, Giannis tried to injure me on purpose," and I'm like, he didn't know. He was just trying to go for the rebound, and sometimes foots land on other people's foots. Don't don't ruin the man's reputation, Kyrie. But I'm gonna let you talk. I talk way too much. What do you have to say? Kyrie or Milwaukee, your home team? You have to choose.
I'm gonna go with the home team.
What? Oh man.
That's my boy. That's my boy. But
Oh man.
I'm gonna go with the home team. It's 4-on-4 over everything.
Wow, 4-1-4 over everything. That's what I'm talking about, vacay. Went with the home team. I think that's going to be an incredible series, though.
That's gonna be a hell of a series.
I feel like it's going to be just like last year. Like, this really should be a finals type of champion type of matchup, or like a Eastern Conference. If they're not even meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals, it's one of those type of matchups.
I say I'm confident with the Bucks. I trust Drew Holiday as my defender of Kyrie Irving. I trust him.
Oh, yeah, Drew Holiday. Like, you hear a lot of the top scorers, KD, Dame, say like Drew Holiday is like the best defender that they faced. You know, and I agree. He be
Def,
on one.
definitely.
Who we got next? Okay, so we covered the Bucks. We covered. Let me see. Did we cover everybody? Let me see.
Yeah, we covered everybody for the second round.
Oh, okay. So next we have. So you picked the Bucks.
So it'll be the Hawks and the Bucks again.
Oh wow. I gotta go with the Bucks only because I feel like Drew Holiday is, and even Wes Matthews, they're gonna find a way to frustrate Trae Young. But Trae Young, he's still gonna get his 30 and 10. But it's all about making them uncomfortable, making them tired. You gotta make Trae Young tired. You gotta attack him, and also with his shortness, Drew Holiday is gonna put him in the post. Also with the injuries, I think by then John Collins may be back, but I feel like it can go. I'm gonna say Bucks and 6. I don't think it's gonna go seven, but it's gonna be an interesting series. What do you think?
Bucks and six again.
Bucks in 6A for the culture. Shout out to BJ3, Brandon Jennings for the culture. I really feel like the Bucks can get to the NBA Finals. You know, they have a top five defense. Offensively, I always feel like they can be better. You know, because sometimes they are more one-on-one dependent on Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Giannis. I think they need to incorporate some more difficult plays in there because sometimes the shooters just stand there, and I feel like you can't always do that. But I I gotta go with the champs. All behind me. Gotta go with Yanni.
You ain't wrong.
Let's go to the West. West Side. West Side. So we're gonna start with the Suns. The Suns said, "Okay, we lost four straight in the finals, but we're gonna come out rolling," and that's what they have done. And you know, they're gonna be facing. Oh, we just found out who they're gonna be facing. They're facing the Pelicans. I can't believe they even made the playoffs, honestly, because Zion was absent, the whole thing. But who do you have, Suns or the Pelicans?
4-0 Phoenix.
4-0. Not even a game for the Pelicans.
Nah, because I'm looking at their record. Like I know the records don't. That's the beauty of these play-ins. Like even if a team has a worse record, they may not be as bad as their record is making them seem.
Exactly.
But like, because the Hawks, for example, they just beat the Cavs. Like I think the Hawks are definitely the better team, but record-wise, the Cavs were better. Um, but I don't think New Orleans' record is lying. 36-46 versus a 64-18 team.
Hmm. Right.
That's gonna look ugly.
Yeah, I may not even watch that series, honestly. Like, I don't know. I might if it's close in the fourth quarter, maybe. Devin Booker's on a whole nother level. Cam Johnson has improved. They even added extra shooter in Landry Shemit, and
Hmm.
JaVale McGee. I really like him. I like his length. I think he is really good for backup kills. Remember in the finals, um, Sardrick, Kaminsky, I think Jamel McGee is definitely an upgrade in their backup center position. And they just been flying on all cylinders, even without CP. They be rolling.
Hmm.
Rolling, they hating. But I do, I do like Brandon Jennings. I mean, Brandon Ingram's game. Especially in the mid range. I like his potential. Zion, get healthy, please. We want to see you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely want to see him.
All right. So the next matchup we have is the Memphis Grizzlies, the grit and grind. I really like their team. I think they have a lot to prove. I think John Morant, he has to have a breakout season. He gotta have one of those playoff runs that Trey Young had. A lot of people don't really believe in them, but they didn't get second in the West. Actually, they're second in the entire league. They didn't get it no accident, and they're good even when John Morant isn't healthy. And they're facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't think they're gonna sweep the Grizzlies, but I do think. Oh, the Timberwolves. I think Timberwolves will get one game. I think Russell is going to get hot. Carl Anthony Towns get hot. Edwards get hot for one game and they win. But I think Grizzlies are gonna win this one. What you think?
Um, I say Memphis in 6.
Whoa, okay, you giving the Timberwolves a lot of credit. You know, I saw when they won the playing game, they would Beverly was crying because he really wanted this, and I saw that. I read that nobody defended Morant more than Beverly this season, right? He held him to 14 points, 6 to 17 shooting, and I don't think he's gonna stop Morant, but he probably gonna irritate him. He looked like one of those flies that don't leave you alone, you know. So you believe in them.
I I like that three-headed monster they got.
Mm,
Russell, Towns, and Edwards. I
mm-hmm.
like them boys. Like they actually decent. They be hooping.
Yeah, you know, and they have a big named Nas Reed.
Yeah.
He's an energy big. Jaden McDaniels got a lot of length. He got a lot of potential. I think that's gonna be, you know, Grizzlies are gonna win for sure. You know, I really like Bane. You know, I like Brandon Clark. But I think that's gonna be interesting. I'm glad the Timberwolves made it because I like to see the young teams get experience. You know, that's why I was a little sad for the Cavs. It's like, oh, they don't get that experience, but maybe when they're healthy next year. The next matchup is the Warriors.
Oh,
Warriors.
speaking of which, before we go back to the Warriors, what you
Mhm.
just said made a lot of sense. Like technically speaking, no play-in tournament. The Cavs definitely are in the playoffs,
Mhm.
but because of the play-in tournament, the
Exactly.
Hawks get into the playoffs, which would
Right.
be, I think, would make for a better series because I think Miami would have ran through the Cavs.
Oh, that's true. Cause the Cavs, you know, they're young, they're raw. Sexton got injured, then Rubio got injured. I definitely think Hawks make it more entertaining, more interesting. Um, do you like the playing tournament? By the way, do you like that, or do you just want to keep it the same 7 and 8, or do you like everybody competing and even if you lose one game, you have another shot at it? Do you like that?
I would say today changed my opinion about it
Okay, okay.
because if you fought all season 82 games, 1 through 8, that's it.
Mhm.
But like I was saying with the playing tournament, if we do that, the Hawks don't get into the playoffs.
That's true.
So
And they
because it,
are, yeah.
I think sometimes even with these sometimes, and it's just my opinion, the Pelicans might surprise me. I just don't think they can do anything with the Suns, but they might surprise you. You never know. Like I
You
feel like
never
if
know.
if the Hornets would have got in, the Hornets would have surprised some people.
Mhm.
I like the young teams balling like that. Like people not expecting that. These
Exactly.
young guys coming to hoop.
Mhm. They're not afraid of the big lights.
And I like it. It's the league pretty soon. Like I don't want to get too much off topic, but the All Star game is gonna actually go back to the way we used to like it when people actually used to play. These young guys are gonna make sure that happens.
Oh yeah. I like the Pelicans. The Murphy shooter. He was unafraid. Herb Jones. He's very long, defensive player. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. So where we was at? Golden State.
The Warriors, and this is gonna be a tough series, I think. Versus the Nuggets. The last thing I heard was Curry was probable, so he might play. So I just wish they was healthy. Draymond Green, well, during the whole season, Draymond Green never played the Nuggets. But I like Jordan Poole. Shout out to Jordan Poole, Wisconsin native. He definitely balling out this season. Andrew Wiggins made his first All Star appearance. Kaminga is a good, raw player. I think he has the potential to be like a Kawhi Leonard type, I think. And Thompson, he's getting back into form. I feel like this is gonna go seven, honestly, because I don't feel like the Warriors are like in the best shape and the best health. But also, Jokic, he's a beast. Passing, rebounding, his trick post shots, it's crazy. And even though they don't have Murray, and even though they don't have Porter, I feel like Jokic is gonna make this a series all on his own. I don't think there's a big. I don't even think Draymond Green can hold him.
No, he can't.
What you think?
Uh, I'm gonna have to agree. If Steph Curry was for sure playing, take the take the Warriors because I know Jamal Murray not playing and Michael Porter Jr. not playing. But I don't. You know what? I'm not so sure if I'll probably take the Warriors in six if Steph was for sure playing. But I can see it going seven. I can actually see this series going either way. Honestly.
Yeah, I got the Warriors winning too because they got the most. They obviously got the most, shot creators. Because Jokic, he can't do it on his own. But even though he had a historical season, I just, I do like that rookie Bones Highland. He's a great shooter. He kind of reminds me of Lou Williams. I do like the supporting cast, Monte Morris. I just don't think it's enough. But I think Jokic is gonna make it a series.
Yeah.
Maybe Warriors in six, maybe.
Hmm. Dallas and Utah.
Dallas and Utah. See, this is gonna be tough because the Jazz, they're they're great offensively and defensively. We know that, and we know Rudy Gobert brings it defensively. We know Mitchell is one of the best shooting guards in the game, right? But I did hear that there's some rift between the two, but I don't think they're gonna let that get in the way. But I do feel like this might be the Jazz's last season, last chance to really prove to us that you are a championship contender. Like they've never even made it to the Western Conference with this group, and I feel like this is the year they gotta do it. No, no, maybe next year. No, you gotta do it. You have the team. You have Clarkson coming off the bench. You have Bogdanovich. You gotta get it done. But I also feel like Luca is on another level. Luca Magic. And I hope he's healthy because, the calf strain, he's actually out for game one. That's what I heard. So the Jazz better take advantage of this. If the Jazz don't take advantage of Luca being hurt, I don't know what to say about them. Um, who do you have?
If Luca plays the series, I got the Mavs in six.
Okay, okay.
But the Jazz, I'm not. The Jazz are a competitive team. That's all there ever will be until Donovan Mitchell gets another star player to play with him. Like
Yeah,
Rudy Gobert is a star defensively. He's not a
right,
star player offensively. And you
right.
need offensive stars to put the ball in the hole. The name of the game is get buckets. You have to get buckets. So
Yeah, Mitchell can't do it all. I remember the bubble series when Murray and Mitchell was going back to back, 50 and 40 games,
Hmm.
but the Nuggets ended up winning. Why? Because even though Murray and Mitchell was going at it, Murray still had Jokic,
Right.
right? But who does Mitchell have? So you are 100% correct. But it's like, what do you do? Like, how can you get that star? They got great role players, but how do you get that star? They got Conley, but how do you get that star is the question for them.
And
And
honestly,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
and do you sacrifice Rudy Gobert to do it? I don't know,
I'm not. I wouldn't let Rudy Gobert go. I
right?
wouldn't. I keep Mitchell. I keep Gobert. I keep Conley because he's the floor general. You don't want Mitchell doing too much. Like I think that's why Devin Booker has thrived because Chris Paul has came. Like he didn't need to handle the ball anymore, so that helps him. So you keep Mitchell, keep Gobert, you keep Conley. I believe in order to take them to the next level, they need a elite small forward,
Oh, you're
somebody that
probably
could
right.
score with them. You know what I mean?
hmm
So
I feel like that's
you.
like the same problem that I feel like Damian Damian Leonard had. Like
Hmm.
they spent like years of his career without like a great small forward or power forward. And you need those wings. You need those wings. You need like a Chris Middleton type, Paul George type, you know. So I agree with that.
I always said that's all Damian Lillard was missing. If KD chose to go to the Trailblazers instead of the Warriors, we'll be having a different conversation right now.
Man, you're correct, man. I don't know what Portland's gonna do, man. Hopefully they can get some help because I think Dame really wants to stay in Portland and win a championship for them. But can the front office do it?
Yeah, I don't. Who else besides Kawhi and Paul George?
Mm,
Like, what elite small forwards are out there that's on that type of level?
yeah,
Like Jason Tatum ain't going nowhere.
you're correct. They
So I
have,
really, I
yeah,
really don't know. Michael Porter Jr. maybe, but I feel he's gonna stay in Denver.
yeah. He need to get his back in order.
It's been his back been like that since his freshman year in college too.
Yeah, so he might have to deal with that his whole career. Um, your back's important, man. Like Brooke Lopez, he was out for his back. Hopefully Michael Porter Jr. gets healthy, cause you don't want to like keep rehabbing, cause you really want to just work on your game.
Right.
So we both picked the Suns, right? Yeah,
Yep.
we both picked the Suns. So and then I think we both picked Dallas. Did we both pick Dallas? I think
Yep.
we yeah. So I think the Suns versus the Dallas would be the second round. That's a tough one, but who do you have?
Phoenix and six.
Okay, okay, I like it, I like it, I like it. Um, Luca, he's another one. I do like Spencer Dinwiddie. I didn't know how it was actually gonna work because they also had Jalen Brunson who was, balling out. But, you do need to get Luke off the ball sometimes and have more playmaking. They have more shooting, but they need it's almost kind of you don't want him to end up like Donovan Mitchell where you need another star player. Porzingis didn't really work out. He kept, getting injured on and off. But I feel like that's what's gonna help Luka get a championship. You need to get him some more help. You got him some, shooters, some more ball handlers, but now you need a star next to him. So I got the Suns. You know what? I'm gonna say Suns in 6 too because I think Luka, his calf might get better by then. Well, like he's 100% by the second round, I think. I just think Suns are too deep. Cameron Payne is another one who he just improved his game and got back in the NBA. His floater game is insane. They got Jay Crowder. Shout out to Marquette. So let's go to the Grizzlies. We both picked the Grizzlies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to face. I think. I think they have to face. Did we say the Nuggets?
The
Or did we
Warriors.
say the Warriors? Oh yeah, the Warriors. They would have to face the Warriors. Mmm, that's a tough one because you got John Morant and Chef Boy Curry. Going at it. And I think Curry, hopefully his ankle is healthy by then, because you want to see that matchup. We actually saw that in the play-in tournament last year too. That um that matchup. Who do you have?
Whew. Hell of a series. I'm gonna say the Warriors in 7.
Dang, an upset. So you believe in that championship pedigree, that experience, Draymond Green, because he's the most talkative player on the court. You know, I think, and they got the shooting with Poole, Thompson, man. But I feel like the Grizzlies, they got a lot to prove. I like Jaren Jackson. He's a defensive player candidate. He has to continue to emerge, I feel like, because he's going to be maybe the second or third best player if they want to win a championship. I like Bane, I like Clark, but I have to agree with you with the Warriors. If they are all healthy, I feel like, you know, their finals experience, their championship experience is gonna beat the Grizzlies. Even though, they're tough out. They're gonna be a tough out. I can see it going 7, honestly. John Morant, he ain't nothing to play with. You can't really guard him. Like his three, obviously he's continued to improve on that, but he how you gonna stop him from getting in the paint? But man, I got the word. That's gonna be, man. That's tough.
That's
That's
gonna
gonna
be a
be
good series.
exciting. Man, they tough, man. And I do like the Grizzlies coach, Taylor Jenkins. He was a part of the Bucks, and I think he's a great coach. But I do agree. Who we got next? Let me see.
The
Oh, we
Suns,
got the
Suns and
um.
the Warriors.
So you got the Warriors. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Oh, you picking the Warriors or
Over the
the
Suns,
Suns?
if fully healthy,
Uh oh.
that's tough. That's gonna be a great series too.
Man, that man, Andrew Wiggins on the wing, Poole on the wing, Thompson. If Thompson, the problem with Thompson is he has regained his shooting, but that defense, that two-way player that he was, he still got to get that rolling. Coming off the injury, Draymond Green, man, That's gonna be tough because I feel like the Suns they want to get back to the finals, and I feel like who's gonna stop Devin? Who's gonna stop CP3 from getting in his spot mid range? Bam, Booker, wet like I'm booked. I I have
That's
no.
tough. That's a tough. Whoever got to win 4 games of that series, that's tough.
You know, I'm gonna pick the Suns only because you know I read that the Suns are 19-3 in clutch games, and I feel like it that the series is gonna come down to the last 5 minutes in every game. I think
Mhm.
so. I feel like CP3 is clutch. I feel like Booker is clutch, and I'm not saying Curry isn't clutch. I'm just saying those two are super clutch. I do feel like Thompson can explode at any time, 37 points in the quarter. But I'm gonna go with the Suns, man. Oh man, that's tough. I got a Bucks and Suns reunion.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can see the Warriors doing it, but I, I I really think the Suns and the Bucks are gonna do it again.
Yeah, I feel like
If
that.
the Warriors are fully healthy,
Oh man, this is a tough. The West is a tough one to figure out.
I kind of want to see Steph Curry and Giannis in the finals.
Who wouldn't want to see that,
I
man?
want to see that.
Um, man, Curry. I hope he's healthy, man, because man, this is tough, man. And Mikael Bridges, he's great, especially when you kick it to him in the corner. Man, they got shooting. Man, this is tough.
Hmm.
They got defensive wings. I got the Suns. I It'd be different if what's the big with the Warriors? James Wiseman. He hasn't been healthy all season, and I think he has a lot of potential. I think Kuminga got a lot of potential, but I just feel like with the Suns, they want to get back to the finals and win. So I
Yeah.
got the Suns, but I can see it going 7. Man, so do you have any more bold predictions before we get to the finals with the Bucks versus the Suns? Any bold predictions, any stars, any breakout stars you got?
Uh, Trey Young, Kyrie Irving, and Giannis.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be the biggest. They're gonna be the best players in the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah.
Jason Tatum is. I like Jason Tatum, but I see those guys. We're gonna hear more highlight. We're gonna see more highlights and have talk more about them 3 guys in the Eastern Conference than anybody else. And in the West, we're gonna talk about John Morant, Steph Curry, and Devin Booker.
Yeah. I got I think obviously it's not gonna be a long series, but I think Anthony Edwards is gonna open a lot of people's eyes. I'm
Mhm.
excited to see him in the playoffs.
No doubt.
But yeah, I agree with everything you said. So we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. This series gonna be lit.
Hmm.
Suns versus Bucks. Who do you have? You don't have to go Homer, but um,
Bucks in 6 again.
Bucks in 6. Bucks in six. Yeah, you feel me? You see this? Let's get another one, Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
See this? Let's get another one, Bucks in six. Listen, I just I feel like the Bucks are actually a little slow when it comes to like series. Like I feel like in every series it take them a while to figure out what's going on, but then they get it. So last year the Suns went 2-0 and it was like, but let's go back home and figure things out, and we won four straight, you know. So I think it might be that way again, where the Bucks are gonna be slow to figure things out, but then Giannis is gonna, explode. But I also think Drew had like a horrible playoffs when it comes to like offensively, and I feel like defensively he's gonna bring it. But if he can even improve on his offense in the playoffs, because I think his offense is like off sometimes because he uses a lot of energy on the defensive end. But if he can like play on both ends, it's gonna be even more dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And Chris Middleton, it's like a love-hate relationship with him with a lot of fans. A lot of fans don't really like him because sometimes he doesn't show up when you want him to. But this guy got 40 in the finals. And what more do you want him to do? He's not Giannis. He's not gonna dominate every single time, but he's very clutch. I love the mid range. Money, money, money. We gotta get that cash, man.
Speaking of which, would he be the kind of small forward to take Damian Lillard to the next level?
He might be the best small forward that he's ever played with. And that's saying a lot.
I was about to say, is that saying much?
I
Yeah,
think
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I think he played with Nicholas Batum when he was younger. Um, Carmelo was a little older. He was playing at the four. You know, it might take a Chris Middleton type player who's not really a star, but is underrated. You know, I'm not saying trade Chris Middleton. I'm not saying that, but a type of player that's undervalued sometimes.
Yeah. I I guess I gotta stop. He's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not. I guess you could say it's just not fancy. It just doesn't look good. But he has game. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's not flashy. It's not something that kids want to emulate, but he can get the job done. I'm not a fan of James Harden's game. It's kind of boring to watch, but he puts up numbers. Um, I also think Brooke Lopez is going to be huge. I want his back to hold up, and I feel like I like Grayson Allen. I like his toughness. I like his shooting. Um, the only thing that I wish the Bucks had, I always say this all the time. I want like a 6'8" two-way wing. And that might be like asking for too much because I feel like Drew Holiday, he's 6'4". Wes is like 6'2", maybe 6'3". And you have Pat Grayson, who's like 6'5". I know they have Jordan Nora, who's like 6'8", but he's like on and off offensively. He's a bucket, but like I'm talking about like a two-way type player. I feel like they need that because I feel like in the East you gotta cover so many tall wings,
Yeah.
and sometimes Drew Holiday, he does the best he can, right? but he's still 6'4" at the end of the day,
True that.
you know. But I feel like the Suns, they they're gonna be tougher this year. I feel like they have more shooting, they have a more presence, even if DeAndre Aiden gets punked again by Giannis. I feel like I feel like Giannis still can get 50 on JaVale McGee, obviously, and Jay Crowder, but I feel like this team is more deeper, more experienced. It's going to be tough to stop CP3 and Devin Booker at the same time. And like I said, they are clutch. Once they
Hmm.
get to their spots, it's kind of over. You're kind of like just praying that they miss, honestly.
Hmm.
So, any